Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates. Today I wanted to talk about something that I keep getting asked a lot and that I think EA and DICE are also getting asked a lot. Will Galactic Conquest be in Star Wars Battlefront 2? I haven't really talked a lot about this in my previous videos, but I thought I would explain if I think it will be in the game or not and what EA and DICE has actually said about this. What I can say is, first of all, that when we had the Q&A, Dennis simply said that's a question for another time. And in the interview that Eurogamer posted a couple of days ago with some developers from EA and DICE, Matt Webster from Criterion also responded to that question with, that will be one we'll leave for another day. So they aren't saying no, but they aren't saying yes either, so it seems like this is something they will probably acknowledge at some point, whether it's at EA Play or something later down the line. I mean, some things they have already said no to this game, but the fact that they won't do it with this one gives me hope for maybe some type of Galactic Conquest. To be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of Galactic Conquest in the old games. It is basically a skin around the normal matches where you do them in a specific order, where you take over planets and so on, but for the actual gameplay, when you're down at the planet, it doesn't really change much. So I do understand that a lot of people liked it because it gave you a greater feeling, so to say, because you could actually feel like you were taking over the galaxy, and it fit very well with the old games where you played Conquest mostly, and you also didn't really have a very story-driven campaign except for also instant action matches with some cutscenes in between. And I've been trying to think about, does Galactic Conquest fit in Battlefront, or does it fit in the last Battlefront? And I feel like the first thing you need to think about is that if we're gonna have Galactic Conquest, you basically need full-on skirmish for every single multiplayer planet and game mode. And that alone is a huge task, considering that we already know that we will be getting a full-blown single-player campaign, a separate offline single-player game mode, and then of course the multiplayer game mode with at least 10 planets, probably more. So for them to add full-blown skirmish is something they haven't confirmed yet either. So if they do have Galactic Conquest, that's probably something they will confirm at the same time, because I don't see any way of Galactic Conquest working in multiplayer. And since we do have the single player campaign that they seem to be putting a lot of effort behind with an actual canon story, actors and so on, I just don't feel like Galactic Conquest would fit together with that. And it also isn't something you can do a bit half-assed. You can't just add skirmish to a couple of planets and then call it Galactic Conquest. So in my honest guess, I don't think Galactic Conquest is coming back as in the old games. I do not think it fits in the game. I think they realized that a single player campaign with a fleshed out story would be a lot more popular than Galactic Conquest, because to be fair, a lot of people who buys the new games have not played the old games. Battlefront 2, the original, is going to be 12 years old by the time this game comes out. And having this new campaign with a brand new story, new characters and all that kind of things is going to be a lot bigger selling point than saying, hey, we brought back this game mode from the old games. However, that doesn't mean that something similar won't make it into the game. We got skirmish in the previous game, which was a similar version to instant action, but it didn't have all the features that instant action had, which is why they called it skirmish instead, which I think was a very good thing, because if they would have called it instant action, it would have gotten a lot more complaints. People would have compared it very closely to the old games, and I think they might be doing the same thing here if they have something Galactic Conquest-ish in the plans for us. And if they do, I think that's probably the offline single player / co-op that they have been talking about. I don't think that's just gonna be something like the old game where you run around and kill some random troopers and then pick up their glowing pickups afterwards. That wasn't a lot of fun, to be honest. Survival I thought was pretty fun, but the standard battles were pretty dull, to be honest, and I think they've moved away from that and hopefully put some more meaning into it. And all they really need to do is to put all of those offline battles, hopefully on a lot of different planets, and then put like a skin on top of it where you get to select your planets, and whatever you do on one planet might affect how you can do on the next planet. That was kind of the base thing about Galactic Conquest in the old games, and I don't think doing something similar to that would be impossible in the new game. I just don't think it's gonna come back and actually be called Galactic Conquest, but I think they might go in a few months, hey, we don't have Galactic Conquest, but we have this that satisfies a similar type of gameplay. It worked very well with skirmish, although they didn't expand it to all planets, which was the main issue. A lot of people really did enjoy it, and it showed that they were keen to listening to feedback. And who knows, maybe they're planning Galactic Conquest to something post-launch. That could also be the case. But well, I'm gonna stop rambling about my speculations right now. These were my thoughts on Galactic Conquest and also what EA and DICE have said so far about this game mode. Please let me know in the comments below what you guys think about the potential chances of getting Galactic Conquest. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.